welcome back to another one of my videos. So today we're going to do an organization makeup video. Excuse the puppy barking in the background because I can't stop him every single time. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and welcome the newbies here. So if you are new here and you like makeup videos and super exciting things about makeup, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family, and that post notification bell for any of my future upload notifications. So I'm going to go ahead and explain to you guys kind of what I'm going to do. Now I'm kind of just not doing this game plan wise. I'm kind of going to clean up, let you guys see the disaster and the mess, but it needs an upgrade because it's stuck between like an older theme and like a theme that I'm like always wanting to like do and like succeed with, and that's like the glass theme in silver, and I'm super obsessed with cheetah right now. So as you guys know, I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my past videos, I may have, but if I did, I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. I am super into cheetah, so I'm going to do my background wall for you guys cheetah, and I think it's the wall with the windows, but this is kind of going to be the start of organizing all that. But I wanted to start off with organizing my makeup and my table, all of that good stuff, because I got a new little organizer back here. I don't know if you guys can tell, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. This is the organizer, and you can see my holy filming disaster mess behind me. A lot of this stuff I got from Dollar Tree, and I will show you guys that soon. Also, I have clear containers, I have boxes in case I want to get rid of some makeup, but this is my mess from this morning where I filmed. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start with the makeup table. Now that I've gave you guys a whole spiel about my unorganized bedroom and filming room, and get everything organized here, put away in the correct spots, and then I'll show you guys the drawers and how we're going to organize. So I'm going to go ahead and organize everything here, and hopefully this works. Excuse my little leopard slippers.
Alright guys, so I am starting out with taking everything off of the top of my vanity and organizing this little clutter of mess I have on top of my drawers here, and I am going to put everything away in the correct spots, put things in these bins down here to the corner of the screen, things that I do not want to keep. As you guys can tell, I am showing you guys the bins and where I'm putting some of the oddball stuff, and then I'm also putting away the items on my stand, like I said before, back in the spots of that little dresser that I showed you guys. Almost there, you guys.
Okay guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean off the table with, and this off with this new cleaner that is being carried in Dollar Tree actually, and I really like it. It does a really good job. This little caddy here used to have my very bright lipsticks in it, my nude lipsticks, and then it used to have my concealers. That has changed. My makeup collection has gotten a lot bigger since then. So, with that being said, thought about using this little device, an acrylic thing here, and I could put liners and lip liners in the top here, then put my glosses here, and then I could put like bright colors here. I'm gonna do it more like what's the brights, what's the nudes, stuff like that. And then because I don't have a big enough selection yet for like high-end and like drugstore, because I can still sort through that.
Alright guys, so here I am thinking about how I want to put all of these lipsticks into what drawers, but I am going with reds towards the middle and brighter colors, and then also going towards doing a drawer just of nudes and like browns, and then the bottom drawer I decided to be concealers, and like cream contour sticks, and then the top of these drawers I make a lip liner drawer, and I make a mascara drawer at the very tip top. And right now I'm just going through checking them, making sure they're all wiped off and getting all the gunk off them, testing them, and making sure that they're not old or like cruddy looking or cruddy feeling, because I like to just make sure that my makeup is not old or done settled for too long, and if so, then I just toss it and get rid of it.
Alright guys, so as you can tell, this is starting to fill up, and I do have a ton of nudes that are still pretty good. I've definitely tossed a few that are old or they're pretty much empty or anything like that. I did not realize how unorganized these drawers actually were. I have found so many new products or products I have completely forgotten about, and I definitely didn't realize how in need this was actually. I've went through at least 2 makeup wipes trying to clean off my products because they're that much of a mess. So we're going to see if concealers actually fit in the bottom drawer like I thought they were going to, because I have a feeling the nudes drawer is going to fill up because I have a ton more lip glosses to go through. Like lipsticks are actually mixed in with these products right here, and this was the bottom drawer. So I actually wanted to share with you guys this. This is one of the very first lip glosses that it's still good, and I still love this lip gloss. It's a lip glass, and it's from MAC, one of the very first lip glosses that I actually started working with. I'm going to keep on going with this.
As you can see, I'm now taking the concealers, cleaning them all off because they're pretty dirty, and I'm finding lip liners, so I'm putting those up top as well, and finding liquid lipsticks obviously too. But I'm just going to finish up these drawers and then we will get on with it.
Alright guys, so here's more lipsticks here and overflow basically. So for now I'm going to be putting chapsticks up here with the lip liners, and these are all, I think, eyeliner pencils, but that's what this drawer is. It's kind of loud. Alright guys, so I went ahead and got that all organized, and now I'm going to go ahead and I think just jump into like brushes and organizing the brushes.
Alright, so I'm pulling up all my brushes here so you can see everything that I'm doing, and I'm pulling a lot of my big brushes. So I'm pulling these out first just because they're easier to organize. And also I found some eye products in these little cups as well, so I go ahead and put those up there in the holders they belong in. Here you can see I'm pulling out all of my makeup eye brushes now and just going through this other container and finding some more eye products. Okay, so here you can see I'm starting to gather all these similar face brushes, and I'm using that bigger Caddy Lazy Susan type container to do my face brushes in instead of my eye brushes because they stand up better in this container as to where the eye brushes did not. So I'm just going to kind of switch things around a little bit. Alright, so here I am grabbing all of my eye brushes and putting them into one of these glass containers. The other container is going to be for when I go to clean super dirty brushes. I know which container to grab.
So this is how far we've gotten. We have organized the brushes, and we've organized lipsticks, concealers, mascaras, not all mascaras, but some. We know where we're putting them. So mascaras and some eyeliners are going in here, and then we're putting the lipsticks or like the lip liners in here, and then beauty blenders up top, and then we've got our nude lipsticks here, and then we have our bright lipsticks here, along with some of these eyeliners, lip liners. No, they're eyeliners in the back. Then we've got our glosses, most used glosses up top, and then underneath is the less used glosses down there. Then we have all of our concealers from high-end to drugstore. Then we have all dirty brushes. These are going to be where clean brushes go. Obviously this is a clean brush, so this is how it would look. But for now, and of course here we have the face brushes. Like I was saying, we have the main fluffy powder brushes up here, along with my only highlight brush that I really, really like here. Then we have our liquid foundation brushes right here. Then we have the bronzer brushes like right here, and blending brushes. Then we have fan brushes, and then blush brushes as well. And then here we have tools, and then eyebrow products right here behind there. So the next step we have is basically going through all those drawers and right there. So what I have planned for that is these little organization things as well. So like I was telling you guys before, we have this non-slip shelf liner, and then we have several of these boxes right here, and then we have several of these boxes. These are in 3s. That's about how big they are, about as big as my hand. And then we have these rectangular size boxes, and these are in 2s. So hopefully I've got enough. And then of course I got some decorations for the wall back there. Here we have my fan that I like to use when I'm drying my face after like a face mask or whatever it may be. But I've got my setting sprays over here. I've got my mainly used primers and eye creams here. And then I have like other setting sprays, other primers, other serums over here that I don't use that much. So that I'm pretty satisfied right now with. The other things, I do have this pretty organized up here. This is the foundation drawer. I do want to go ahead and organize this drawer. This is liquid foundation, this is powder foundations. And then we have the next drawer. I did blushes, bronzers, and contours, and then I did highlighters. And then I did my most used palettes, and then my single and like triple palettes back here, and an organizer. And then here I have my mascaras, eyeliners, all mixed in with overload palettes that I don't use as much, but it's starting to get mixed in with other palettes that I do use a good bit. So that definitely needs organized. This was my lip drawer and my lip liners, stuff like that, but obviously all of that is up here now, and I'm pretty happy with the way this is looking. This gives me a better view of like what lipsticks I have, and like if I'm looking for something certain, it's not down here in the drawer and it's not hard for me to find it. So this is probably where possibly other overload products are going to go, or like things I want to do a video on could be this drawer. And then this is where a lot of my makeup bags are going, like little pouches that I get from Ipsy, another light that I use when I do people's makeup away. These are like little how-to instruction manuals that I'm not ready to get rid of yet. Again, like I said, there's other little bags down here. There's another brush travel bag. It's a Morphe one. And then we've got my more brushes here. Traveling brushes as well. So I'm probably going to take these out and put these up here. Okay guys, so I have got the foundation drawer here. Excuse Toby from barking. I'm going to go ahead and measure and cut this as well. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut one and then just cut the rest of them. That's good.
What I'm doing here is I am getting all the baskets ready to put into the drawer, organize the foundations and lay out how I want the baskets to line up and what baskets I want to use. And I really struggle with this drawer because I wanted to put the high-end ones and the drugstore ones separately, and then put the powders separately from high-end to drugstore as well. So you'll see me working on that in this clip.
Okay guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay one of these down like I was showing you guys. And I'm using the longer rectangular ones. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay, hoping that these will fit. And I don't think they're going to fit as nicely as I wanted them to fit. So I'm going to use these smaller ones for the powders, and here's this one. But I'm also going to give myself room for later on down the road in case my collection gets a little bit bigger. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the drugstore ones back here. And I'm going to go ahead and flip this. And I'm going to keep the powders here as well. I can lift this up and move this a little bit. That might just get on my nerves. And then I'm going to stick the powders here. These are more drugstore powders. These are more everyday drugstore powders. And then we've got, of course, the more high-end foundations, which is what I wear. Okay, so for this one, there is blushes, there is bronzers and cream bronzers, and cream contours, and then we've got highlighters. Oh, this is going to be hard to do, guys. This one might end up being 2 drawers.
Okay guys, so I finally am going through the blushes, the cream bronzers, the powder bronzers and contours, and then also going through the highlights and the luminous highlights. And I'm sorting everything into the smaller baskets first and organizing little bit by little bit, and I'm keeping them all in the same category. I pulled them out of the drawer, and you can see me just switching containers back and forth trying to figure out how I wanted to do this, but I sorted everything by drugstore and by high end, and then some of the palettes were hard to organize, so you'll see me work with those as well.
So, got that organized. Blushes, palette blushes, single blushes, and then we have high-end bronzers and contours, and cream contours. And then we have drugstore bronzers and cream contours as well. And we have the Urban Decay palette back there. Over here we have some high-end and drugstore highlights and bake highlights, and then we have the main highlights I use up here and the highlighters that are high-end here.
Okay guys, so here I am just trying to reorganize my palettes, and these are the ones that have like the triple single shadows in the back of the drawer.
and my most used palettes here. These are just basically a whole nother drawer of palettes. So I'm gonna get all the liners and all the mascaras out of this drawer and put them up there. On a day-to-day basis. Now, this one is used a lot in the fall time. As you can tell, it's definitely had its wear. It's like the palette I went to every day for fall makeup. But for the palettes, I have this little acrylic thing here to keep out my most recent palettes as well. And then also I have this new acrylic organizer drawer for any other overflowed items like liners or pencils and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull all of these palettes out and see what I still need to organize and use. Drawer for like other products I need to try, or some of my regular products that I keep on hand. And then this is my least used eye palettes here. These are for more of special occasions. These are for like fall time. And then we have the bags, and then this is an extra tan mitt that I have on hand just in case I need it. And then that is mainly it, guys. Alright guys, so that kind of concludes my video. So if you guys are interested in possibly wanting to go through my old makeup train case, I would love to do that with you guys. I have absolutely no idea what's in that, but that will also be a part of the organization makeup videos as well later on down the road. So I hope you guys enjoyed this declutter, and stay tuned for more later on. Alright guys, so go ahead and hit that post notification bell for any future uploads, and that subscribe button as well, so you can be alert of any of my other future uploads. And without any further ado, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and see you guys in my next video. Bye!